I mean, first and foremost, it's a very obviously intimate thing that you're dealing with here, and it's a tragedy, and to be very conscientious of the victims and the survivors of the suicide. I mean, suicides happen, unfortunately, all too often, and not every time is a suicide a story anyway. I think that's one of the first questions you should ask, is whether this is even a story to the general public. And then from there, kind of assessing the reasons why it might be a story, and then really coming up with a plan, if you believe it is a story, of how you begin to engage the survivors or the community before just setting out and sort of making calls. My personal experiences with covering suicide have included profiling a village that I went to a number of times over the course of 5 or 6 years. And at a time, I mainly went to the village to report on historic trauma, epidemics that had decimated the village, the introduction of religion, etc. But during that process, I realized that there's another epidemic going on, and in that particular village, on average, there was a suicide every 18 months. And one of the people that I got to know and who became a friend, he ended up killing himself. And it was one of these things of watching in slow motion, and unfortunately not being able to help this individual.